Guys, welcome back to another video. I have little Alfred here, and then behind me, oh, where is he? Archie, the big bro. Hi, sweetie. Oh. So anyway, I have gotten a lot of questions. I'm gonna come closer. I get a lot of questions on their dog food. If you didn't know, I had a video in the past where I made their dog food from home. So I would do home cooked meals, and a lot of you had questions on if I had updated the recipe, any vitamins and supplements and all of that. And I also wanted to point out that I did go see a nutritionist just to make sure I was feeding them the right stuff, and got supplements from them to help fill the spots of like vitamins and minerals that the food isn't providing. So yes, I still feed them home-cooked food. I've been feeding Archie home-cooked food since he was a puppy. There's like a backstory to it, but basically he was super picky. He had a really sensitive stomach, and that's literally all I could get him to eat. So yeah, kind of just happened, was not planned whatsoever, and it's worked out. So when I took them to see the nutritionist, I also wanted her to do kind of like a full body check on them, and just making sure that I'm giving them the right stuff. And she was like, Archie looks very healthy. His bone to muscle to fat, like his whole structure is very healthy and all right proportioned, which made me feel really good, because I'm not, a professional at this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going with my gut and trying to do what's best for them, and I want to know what's in their food. So made me feel a lot better. But yeah, so I thought I would share the updated recipe with you guys, and then also all of the vitamins, minerals that the nutritionist recommended, and the ones that she gave us, and then ones that you can like also buy at your local like PetSmart or wherever you shop. So I'm going to insert the recipe first, and I kind of just like filmed as I was going, and I'm gonna do like a little voiceover for you guys. But just so you know, the portions that I am making are for a couple of weeks, but I typically like to do about, for one packaged like meal, which is usually 2 Ziploc bags, I do about 4 pounds of ground turkey, and I do the 85%, like 15% fat, so 85-15, I'm pretty sure. I'll have a video of it, don't worry. So I do 4 pounds of that, and then I do 3 cups of not cooked rice. So once it's cooked, it'll be about like 6 cups of rice. And then I do a whole bag of frozen veggies. I do a whole bag of frozen peas and carrots, and then like a third to a half a bag of frozen green beans. Then I do half a can of pumpkin, and then I do half a container of bone broth on top of that. And then I do 1 large sweet potato, or 2 like small to medium sweet potatoes, and that is like cooked and then mashed and then mixed up in there. So I'll show you how I do all of that, but that's just like the measurements or the recipe that I use. And then I make it in big batches, and you can freeze half of it, which is really nice. So I'll keep like 2 bags in the fridge at a time, and then once 1 bag is gone, then I'll take one out of the freezer to thaw, just so I always have one like on hand ready to go. And I typically make their food like once a month. I'm not totally sure how that's gonna go, because now that I have Alfred, I obviously have to make more food. But kind of testing it out, seeing how that works. Now with Alfred, he eats 3 times a day, and he eats a little over a third of a cup for every meal. And then I give them blueberries and watermelon as treats, because dogs also need to get fruit. So I use that as like their way of getting fruit. And then Archie eats twice a day, and he eats just like breakfast and dinner. Older dogs don't need to eat as often, but they do need, so I doubled his. So he eats, I just use like a 3rd scooper. He eats 2 heaping spoonfuls of that. Sorry, I got distracted. And so, I mean, so far so good. Archie's been eating like that for over a year, so yeah. But I'm just gonna switch over to making the food, and then I'm gonna go over the supplements after that. Oh, are you tired? Okay, so this is all of the ingredients for the dog food. This is the turkey that I am currently using. I normally try to get a 3-pound container, just saves you money. And then I do use the 85% lean, 15% fat. And then today I'm making 5 different tubs of it. As for veggies, I am currently using this bag of the organic peas and carrots. And then I think that's a 16-ounce bag, and these are frozen veggies. And I have 3 bags of those. And then I also have green beans. These are also frozen, and this is also a 16-ounce bag. I just got these at Sprouts, obviously. And I have 2 bags of those. Okay, so then I have sweet potato, and you want it to be a little bit bigger than your hand. Like I said, I use a larger sweet potato, but I couldn't find really large ones, so that's what I opted for. And then for brown rice, just your standard long grain brown rice, nothing fancy here. And then I add in bone broth. So this is from Only Natural Pet. Like I said, I will link this down below on my Amazon storefront. But I am using the turkey base, basically. So this is from turkey bones. Like I said, Archie cannot handle chicken. And then I do add in organic pumpkin. So this is like blended pumpkin, and I use about half a can per serving. And I get this at Sprouts, but they also sell it at PetSmart as well. Okay, so that is everything I'm using. This is my typical recipe for the week. So I normally start with the brown rice in my Instant Pot. Best thing ever. And today I made 4 different servings of 3 cups of dried brown rice. And then I typically cook this for about 24 minutes. Brown rice takes longer to cook. So yeah, 24 minutes. I guess today to 25, but whatever. And then make sure you close the valve so that it steams up in there. And then I'm going to start with the sweet potato. I usually do that second, so I normally wash all the sweet potato, get all the dirt off, and then I cut it. And I try not to waste the sweet potato, so I try to use all of it. And then I will just slice it up. So I'm just boiling the sweet potatoes, so you pretty much just want to cut it into cubes that will boil easily. So I don't know if you would consider this like a 1-inch cube. Close enough, just so that it boils quickly. Okay, and then I just fill it in the pot, which I actually ended up swapping out the pot, so I had to put in a bigger one because I had too much sweet potato. But I just fill it with water and then let it boil until it is very soft, because we will be mashing it. And then onto the ground turkey, I am going to use the pot that I was originally using for the sweet potato and literally just dump it in. I'm doing 2 packages at a time. I just find it easier to try to cook as much at once, because otherwise you will literally be here all day cooking ground turkey. And then just make sure that you kind of start to grind it up, and you want it to be a really good even consistency. You don't want like huge chunks. I like to have it pretty finely ground, that way it spreads out through the food better. Guys, they always know when I'm cooking their dog food. They literally will sit below it until it's done. It is adorable. Okay, but next I'm taking this big bowl, and this is what I'm going to be mixing the food in. So I'm going to take the ground turkey and then start mixing in all of the frozen veggies, and you want this to be pretty nicely mixed in. And like I said, I used about 3/4 of a bag of the peas and carrots, and then half a bag of the green beans, and then I just mix it up. I like to let the veggies thaw a little bit. They tend to mix easier when they're not all frozen, stuck together in a chunk. And then I'm going to add in the pumpkin. So I use about half a can of this pumpkin, and I like to mix every ingredient in individually. I feel like it just spreads it out more evenly. I like all of this to be coated evenly with the pumpkin, and then I will add in the next ingredient once that's evenly coated. So then I'm going to add in the bone broth that I showed you earlier, and I pretty much just pour this right over the turkey, and then I will blend it in. Okay, so with the sweet potato, once it's all done, make sure you drain it, and then I just pretty much take a potato masher and mash it up. I used to blend it, but now that I make such big portions, it's kind of a pain to blend. So I just use a potato masher, and then I just scoop in an even portion into the bowl, and then I will, you know the next step, mix it in all evenly to make sure everything is coated evenly and that it is evenly dispersed. Okay, so last step is adding in the brown rice. Clearly I made a ton of brown rice this time, but pretty much I do 3 cups dry brown rice for a serving, so it would be about 6 cups of cooked brown rice, and then I just make sure that this is all blended in nicely, because this is your final product. So this is what it's going to look like once it's all done. Kind of has that orange hint because of the sweet potato and pumpkin. Okay, here's all their finished bags of food. Whatever we don't eat during the week goes in the freezer, so typically like 2 bags in the fridge, and the rest of those go in the freezer, and they will last me for a couple of weeks. So I'm real quickly going to show you all the supplements that I give them, and like kind of what the nutritionist said about all of them. So to start, I had always been giving them, so these are from Only Natural Pet, and you can get these at PetSmart and on Amazon. So I'll link my Amazon storefront below that I will have all of this on there. So this is the Omega Boost Oil. And basically this is just for like allergies, skin, coat support, helps their hair. So this has like salmon oil and a few other things in it, like hemp seed oil. This is really good for dogs. So basically I put their food in the bowl and then I like squirt this on top of it. It kind of took Archie like a second to be like, whoa, like what is this? But he doesn't really mind it and it's fine. And so also with the Only Natural Pet brand, when I had asked the nutritionist, she was like, I know that brand, I'm familiar with it, it's a good brand. And I've looked up stuff on them and I just really like them. So that's what I've been using. And so I have some vitamins from them as well that the nutritionist said was fine, but she had some other ones that she gave me that were just a little bit more concentrated that she said would be as a great option as well, and just like easier to absorb in their body versus like these chewables that Only Natural Pet has. So I'm gonna start with those. So they have a Ultimate Daily Vitamin Bites, and it looks like this, and pretty much it just comes in these little brown chews, and then they have the measurements. So for like Archie, when he's a puppy, I would tear him in half and give him half, and now that he's like full grown, I give him about a full. And then he can smell him, he's coming for him. And then the other one that I got, and I started doing this after Augustus because that recommended that we give him probiotics because it helps. So basically your gut health is super important for your overall health and your immune system and all of that stuff. So can I help you? It's like, Mom, I want one. So I started giving them probiotics. So this is this probiotic that I got from Only Natural Pet. And again, it literally looks like the exact same. And then it has the measurements on the back as well. So those are all from Only Natural Pet. And like I said, you can get those pretty much anywhere. But I kind of wanted to go over what the nutritionist gave me because I'm not giving my dogs the Only Natural Pet stuff right now. But I'm sure eventually I'll go back to it because it's just very easy and convenient, and it's not like a bad option. It's actually very good. It's better than nothing. But some things that she gave us. So these ones are, she gave me some puppy ones, and then some ones for like adult dogs. So for Alfred, he got a canine whole body support. So this is just like a multivitamin basically. It looks like this, and this is from the brand, says I think 90 years standard process. I don't know, but she just said like there's really quality ingredients in it. And I trusted her, so that's what we've been giving him. So this is the multivitamin, and then this is the canine immune system support, and this is for Alfred as well. So I'm not giving these to Archie. These are just for Alfred. And then for Archie, this is his multivitamin, which is a powder. And so basically, okay, so these are powders as well, but like this is just a huge thing of it. And so there's like a little scoop in here, and you just like sprinkle it on top of their food. But this is his multivitamin. I can't see. It's from Animal Essentials. She put the label in front of it. Okay, I don't know, but it just looks like this. It says Animal Essentials underneath the label, and this is just his multivitamin. And I just give him half a scoop every single day. And then the last thing is that she recommended that I do give him a probiotic, but that she wanted it to be one in the refrigerator, just because you're never sure if they're still alive when, I mean, if you know what a probiotic is, it's basically like an alive, I don't know, I don't really know. But anyway, it has to be kept in the fridge, otherwise it will die off because it can't stand heat. So she was like, I just don't know how this one is transported through like the supply chain, so it could have heated up and then killed off the probiotics. So she gave me one that is for the fridge, and this is what Archie is taking right now, and eventually I will put Alfred on it as well. So those are all of the supplements that I'm giving them right now, and I don't know, I feel like I was at such a loss with trying to figure out the food for the dogs, and I finally feel like I have a really good system down and some good food figured out, and it makes me feel a lot better. I just feel, I mean, me personally, I feel like a lot of dog food has filler in it, and it's just not what I want to give my dog. I want to know what's in there. And a lot of people talk about raw diets or grain-free diets and all of that stuff. Like, there's so many other options out there. This is just the one that I researched that works for me, that I feel comfortable with. So maybe if this doesn't work for you, research something else. But it's worked really well. The dogs love eating it. And Archie was never one to be excited to eat. So it's nice that I finally found something, and it's worked for over a year now. And the vet was just like, honestly, if it works, why change it? You know, like, things are working right now, so let's just stick with it. And if you gotta adjust later on, then you adjust later on. So it's like, okay, let's do it. Let's add in some supplements, making sure he's getting his vitamins and minerals. And so I'm feeling really good about the food that I'm feeding them right now. Alfred is growing like crazy. He's getting so big, and Archie is also so big and just so, where is he? Oh, he's behind me. But anyway, I am just really happy with my decision. And so hopefully this helps you. You can always alter and change things around. Just do your research, making sure that you are finding foods that you know are safe for dogs and that have nutrients that will benefit them. So I mean, like, maybe your dog reacts better with chicken. Archie could not handle chicken. He would throw it up, or he would be constipated. Like, it was this whole ordeal. He couldn't have chicken. So that's why we got to turkey, and it's worked really well so far. So I'm just gonna stick with it for now. If you have any questions about the food that I'm giving them, please leave them in the comments below. I would be happy to answer them, and I hope this was helpful. I know that I had a video like this before, but I just thought I would update you guys on the new system that I've got going, the new supplements, all of that. Also, the vet did give me stuff to clean their teeth with, and it's really interesting. There's 2 different products that I've been using. So if you want me to do a whole teeth cleaning episode, let me know in the comments below, because I actually think it's like working pretty well, and I'm excited because I was kind of always lost with brushing their teeth. Like, I just never felt like I had a routine and like a product that I loved. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. But like I said, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. If you have any recommendations for other people, any websites, literally anything, please leave it in the comments below. I love this whole community that we're creating, like helping each other. It's so awesome. You guys are so awesome. And I've just been loving making videos, so I hope you guys are also enjoying it as well. But I think that's all I have for now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me pick up a little Alfred right here. Okay, say bye. Thanks for watching.